Hey, I'm back again talking about another book, and this time I'm talking about lore. And there are 3 books. I don't know what you would call it, like a trilogy, or because it's not really. You'll get what I mean in a second. So this one is Monstrous Creatures. There are 2 other ones, one based on places and one based on people. And I haven't read those other 2. This one, however, I picked up at the bookstore very randomly while I was walking around, and I saw it and it looked really, really cool. I love the little skeleton guy and the artwork and everything inside, and I was like, okay, let's give this a shot. Let's read it. And it's great. Lore covers different stories and different types of folklore and myths and things that you have and hear about around you. Like in this book, it covers zombies and vampires and even Jersey Devil, things like that. If you're into horror, if you're into folklore, if you're into cryptids and these types of creatures and things like that, this book is great. And if you're like, if you're trying to get into the whole Halloween spirit, because October is coming along, it's really, really good. It's not a selection of stories, but Aaron Mahnke is definitely a storyteller. And he's a podcaster, apparently. I did not know when I got the book, but he has a series of podcasts called Lore, and the books are separated based on topic, and cover some of the topics that he's discussed in the podcast. He takes each subject, let's say for example zombies, and he kind of uncovers what we see in media today, what we read about in stories today, and why our perception of a zombie is what it is. Where did it come from? And he takes stories from different time periods, different places, and he kind of connects them. You can see the connection between all of these stories that people have passed down through generations and how that has developed into what we see today. And he does it in such an interesting way because being a podcaster, being someone who communicates and tells stories and talks about these things, when you put it into writing, it is very entertaining because it is storytelling, but he's not exactly telling you just a story. He's giving you information at the same time, but it's valuable and it's interesting. So it's almost as if you're having someone speak to you and tell you something. I mean, that's storytelling. Yeah, if you can't hold your attention too long, you need shorter topics to read about, a burst of information, a burst of entertainment all at once, and then you move on to the next thing. This would be great for you too. I think he did a really great job when it came to kind of translating a podcast into a book format. And I've heard he has a TV show, I think, on Amazon Prime. I'm not sure. I don't really watch a lot of shows to be honest, but I will read the other 2 for sure because this was so good, so informative, and so interesting to read. I will read the other 2 and I will make a review on it once I read them. And if he comes out with any more books, I will read those for sure because it is so concise and so interesting, so entertaining, and kind of covers the whole spooky topics, which I love. I love like horror or thriller or like, weird conspiracy stuff, things like that. It covers all of those things while also being informative, also being entertaining. So, yeah, I would highly recommend you read this if you like spooky topics. So, spooky topic book, Lore. And it's this one. I read this one. Okay, I guess that's it. I will see you guys next time, next week, next